Good evening, fellow Ambazonians across the globe, wherever you may be and whatever time this particular broadcast may find you. My name is Capo. I'm the Deputy Defense Chief and the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council. You're welcome to the Ambazonian Communication Network for truth, facts, and analysis for help you get perspective into the Ambazonian liberation war. You are all welcome. Today, the topic of this particular broadcast now updates for Ambazonian lockdown. The 4-day lockdown with the Ambazonian Governing Council it then declare them over the entire territory of Ambazonia. I have come today to give you updates about that lockdown. The lockdown is being enforced. The lockdown is not effective as a result of internal wrangling and internal opposition, as well as the actions and activities of the occupation forces. We are going to show you the limits of the Ambazonian Governing Council and our liberation effort vis-a-vis the oppositions we face domestically. So you are all welcome. I want to take a particular time to greet our generals, our commanders who are on the field, and those who have fallen, to greet their families, and their families have been all informed. And we want to tell them that Ambazonia will live forever, be indebted to these young men who have paid the ultimate price for our freedom. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start and we'll go straight to what we have for you today. First of all, we want to start with the newly appointed General of La République du Cameroon as we talk. They ran move door put in a window. We know say the Cameroon government they ran decide to withdraw Valéry Carr, where na be a more trained, more educated general, more good general, where be more strong, even though na a criminal. La République then withdraw it because their country they go through transition, their country be insecure, and they need him go for Yaoundé for good defend and protect Frank Biya and Paul Biya family. So they then bring the doorless La République General for inside Ambazonia. They call it na Boubacar de Becrue, na terrorists way be there for northern Cameroon, na a drunkard, na a womanizer, na man way like prostitute them. Since he come for inside Bamenda, for inside the Savannah State, we never see for field. Where is who side the fight? When Valéry Carr be there for Bamenda, will be the CC. Valéry Carr, they accompany, they beat them, their task force for come fight we will be the challenge you, will be the fight you. Who side the one day? So this failed general, this terrorist La République du Cameroon, it then try for prop up itself and for boost the morale of its forces and for cover up its crimes against humanity and in war crimes by paying newspapers such as Cameroon Web to make a publication about him. If you read this publication, it put a list of Ambazonian so-called generals and we don't kill them since the appointee. Amongst the people then for those lists, we don't pay the journalism, we put them. It include General Cobra of the Ambazonia Defense Force, who is alive and well and is on the battlefield. You also include General Talk and Do of the ADF. General Talk and Do was killed almost 7 months ago on the streets of Bamenda. General Talk and Do, if you remember very well, that villain Ambazonian defense soldier, where they be captured for inside hospital, Catholic hospital, they remove it, executed for Tarinkun. General Talk and Do, be killed as an action of General Buba. And then you also get Mombasa. General Mombasa began die almost 6 months ago. So they put him for they say na he kill Mombasa na lie. The only person who ran see where he kill him for then na Rasta, where they ran go catch Rasta began almost stop fight for inside Bambui. And then you get General Mombasa, where now also General Valéry, he be dying during the time of General Valéry. So you get na A2, General A2, somebody where they capture you alive, together with a woman fighter. So this General Buba, you can't show your power now on top of people the way they already captured them, committing war crimes, killing soldiers, captured women on the battlefield. Shame. Shame to La République, and shame for all those that they try to promote this profile for this criminal. This is a criminal. He's a terrorist. He deserves no respect. Now, doorman, they don't bring in and because he's foolish. Since he come for Bamenda, we never see the fear for Campo Town. Make it Campo Town come into we. Now we all the backup, they don't go back for Yaoundé. Where they become with the Laurent Esso. Make it come. Buba, come down for Bamenda. Come down for Bamenda. We will show you place today. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we want to update you about the lockdown. Since morning time, We don't observe lockdown across Ambazonia from Kumba, Boya, Miselele, across our national territory, and even for Insa Bamenda. So na video footages where they show now how we observe Bamenda through video link with our forces on the ground. When I see say the lockdown it not be effective. The lockdown it not be effective. When I look the video na Chia Street that for Bamenda, I go also want to go for Savannah States. Me gonna see for Insa Kumba. Me the technical staff bring for Insa Kumba. Yeah, do one for inside not this video. We'll bring the video for Kumba, make our people then see where they go on. For inside Kumba also, the ghost town if it starts slowly, but people they start see one taxi that they come off for outside, and then eventually here's na Kumba this or Boya Road for Kumba. Eventually motor they start beginning the pass. So people they not really respect the lockdown as a result of Cameroon attacks on this lockdown. The Cameroon government, their military that make it a point for attack this lockdown because they are afraid, say, the Ambazonian Governing Council and the ADF, where it get vision, it get strategies, they go take leadership without any substantial contest from eternal factions them, and they go bring unity for Ground Zero and will go easily win La Republic. So La Republic, it don't fight this lockdown with all their power, their influence, and they don't motivate and give false information for some Ambazonian activism, made them mislead them also for fight against this lockdown. Fighting against this lockdown, na big blow for Ambazonia. Because this lockdown, it be for path the way for one of the biggest operation of the takeover will be supposed to take place for Bamenda and one other city for the Savannah state, for the Atlantic state. Operation Sunrise, it be supposed to take place yesterday. This lockdown, it will be a very crucial component for that operation for go ahead. That operation it never go ahead because of the sabotage and attack for this lockdown will be sponsored by La Republique, it be championed by La Republique du Cameroon. We see say inside, even for La Republique, they use fake news, they make a fake, their Kunyam titles, they make a fake news, they create a clone the page of credible Ambazonian leaders like Dr. Chuayaba, and they go for they create a fake Twitter. They announce for the Twitter and for the fake Facebook page, say it don't cancel the 1 month lockdown where we don't reduce them for 4 months. Then talking that because Ground Zero will be rejected, but not just propaganda, because they know say a credible leader, now a leader of the people. Unfortunately, people the way them be incompetent. Like somebody like Bo Herbert, where you expect say a journalist, he go investigate things, he know the proper page for Dr. Chuayaba, he go verify this type of critical information. He carried a fake Cameroon military propaganda, he put them for Twitter. Some people them will see them for some Facebook pages. When a Cameroon, they are undercover agents, agents of darkness, blacklegs collaborators. They also spread this fake news where they come out from Cameroon military. Their propaganda, their propagandists, Kunyam titles. We call on Bo Herbert around sending messages on WhatsApp for draw attention to the fact that this message be fake. Over 8 hours after my inform me of these facts, he never yet retract or make correction for this fake news where it is spread them, where it target this ghost town. It also fight against Ambazonia. Bo Herbert, he don't get a track record for attack the Ambazonian Governing Council. You remember, Bo Herbert and Innocent Chia used their platform, Ambazonian Calling, to spread fake news about ADF fighters where they be key them for inside Bui. Then get a very bad record on patriotic record. Bo Herbert will be one of a fierce Ambazonian activists. He don't stop all his activism and he push for mobilize Ambazonians for fight for independence. Since he years say the Swiss deal, he don't come. He don't arrive. He don't go sit down for negotiation table, fight for the front table. The way to me people that can't join it. He know the see fight for Ambazonian liberation. He the fight now for a negotiation. What are you want to negotiate now? How or for who he be have? We need to fight for free the country. We don't know where to way they think now man this way be talk saying they support violence. That way you say negotiation and come, he start deny war. Saying they support violence. Sako can join you, we hear say he start talk say he go donate for the draft. So this press secretary of the president of the governing council then put out a tweet for call the public attention and the international media their attention to the fact say Bo Herbert he tweet concerning the lockdown fake news. So now the things in this way they don't fight and for spoil this fake news. Another one, Mark Barata. Mark Barata also, he get a group of a friend and what they call and say SCAF. This SCAF, it be supposed to be now a group for all Ambazonia as Mark Barata is the creator. They be add me for they make me one of the first and mean them for this group. We be come for the fees in a group where they want to make us say me all Ambazonia activists and come for they. But we can't say and say Mark Barata na person where he want try for be leader. He want try for be leader. When I remember since the time we for Abobala be appointed and Tapang Ivor like leaders, they come for they instead for start begin promote for effort them for ground. The General Mba Ivor be the carry action with the ADF, they call and say na Vipers. Na Vipers do the one, na Vipers do the one. Until me and Lucas Asu we meet up this Pekin where they call and say General Mba Ivor. We'll talk for the ADF, see the need for put the Pekin face outside there, we'll campaign hard. Me ADF get a face for ground. So these people they don't always be power drunk. I don't know where to worry with our people them. So Mark Barata, this is a group where they call and say SCAF. No be Ambazonian activists them. Because activists like Jomba Akoro, you know, did it. Akosong Raymond, you know, did it. Capo Daniel, you know, did it. Lucas Asu, you know, did it. At one time, they be started, they want even create their own defense department. Create financial department, defense department. If you are a group of activists, you're supposed to be like a bar association or something like that. So Mark Barata have a very bad history. When I remember he be announced and say Sako don't organize football with another country for Ambazonia. Fake news. Lies. When I remember how he deceived Ambazonia about government. Even talks to say could appoint diplomat the way they don't accept them for some country, then way or it be been a lie. So Mark Barata, he get a bad record. He be indisciplined. We need for call it for order. We then declare lockdown, 4-day lockdown, we for facilitate the biggest operation when Ambazonia did I ever see him. If we put Ambazonia for a war map, but then can sabotage them, the talk so for can begin to explain things for them. So Mark Barata Fisemu carry state secret, can't give it. The need for no say the Ambazonian Governing Council is a well-constituted democratic institution which represent our people and is the most organized group that represents the interests of our state. We have a legitimate mandate. We are properly constituted to execute this war, and they should respect it. And whenever we declare lockdown, they have an obligation, if they are true activists, to support those efforts and ask questions later. Remember, Mark Barata, previously, when Sako Ikome and Chris Anu were using excessive lockdown to put unnecessary pressure to our people to break so that they can go and receive their money from La Republique. When we're campaigning and asking why are they giving excessive lockdown, Mark Barata stood up and said that when lockdowns are declared by soldiers on the ground, we have an obligation to support it. Because by then, Chris Anu and Sako, they were using Gabonese and some of their few cohorts on the ground to announce lockdown. Mark Barata said that whenever a general on the ground declares lockdown, we in the diaspora, we have to follow. This time, the lockdown by ADF was declared by General Efang, the Supreme Commander of the Ambazonia Defense Forces. Mark Barata did not use that same logic because he is biased, he is driven by ego, he has been misled by advice from Agbobala. These are people who are not patriotic. But Agbobala have recently made a statement saying that he wants an Anglophone to become the next president of Cameroon as a way to solve this war, instead of giving requirement that will meet up with the aspiration of our people for independence. Agbobala is there trying to politicize and lure our people into a fake debate and mindset, knowing very well that Ambazonian can never rule that country under any capacity. If that was possible, Fundi could have been the president. Even a Bamileke cannot rule that country, or a Bassa cannot rule that country. So Agbobala is just playing the propaganda of La République du Cameroon. Somebody who made deal with the Cameroon government never to speak for the aspiration for independence. He's an agent of La République. He's an enabler. Mark Barata, in responding to Agbobala, says that he respectfully disagree with Agbobala. So how can you be respectful to Agbobala, even talking about this useless thing, only to make our people to pay attention to this nonsense? Then when it comes to ghost town declared by Ambazonian Governing Council, by a general, you are not only respectful, you are disrespectful, but you go online to open your big mouth to oppose it and tell people to go on the street. This is treasonous. This is wrong. This is unpatriotic. This is bad. Ask yourself how many people are in that your chat group that are activists, failed group of bunch of people who hide behind. They are looking organizations to hide behind to gain fame that they could not gain on their own. You fool them and bring them into your own chat group there called SCAF, calling it an institution for Ambazonian activists. What a shame. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Barata, you see Sikot and the rest who put those things there, these are people who have been fighting against the ADF for a long time. Sikot Johnson is somebody I have propped up when I worked so hard with the ADF and our officials to bring peace in Batibo, in Momo, with Commando. All of the Commando and all the rest of those fighters, they were complaining about one person that they were afraid of to unite. Is Sikot Johnson. That's why when everything was said and done, I called him and I presented it to him and I tell him, Sikot Johnson, take this thing and make it public. Because we know that this is just an egoistic somebody looking for power. So we give him the thing to announce it. We give him the glory, thinking that he's going to calm down. Today he's going around, walking around with trying to fool Honorable Weber that they are going to make him a leader. They are not trying to make Honorable Weber a leader. They are trying to use him. It's just because they cannot use somebody like Dr. Cho Ayaba or the ADF. Now they are trying to campaign against a lockdown because they are afraid that ADF is going to lead. We are leading and we will continue to lead. If you join La Republique to fight us, you can succeed to defeat and bring us down. But you defeat the main purpose for this liberation, which is for independence. And don't think that La Republique like you because they are happy with you when you attack the ADF, when you attack Capo Daniel, Lucas Asu, Dr. Chuayaba, General Efang, and all the institutions that we represent. Don't think that they like you. The only reason they entertain you is because we are the barrier. We are the only ones standing before La Republique to come around and our people. We are their only obstacle. So they play with you guys because we are alive and we are fighting. If you assist them to defeat us, they will have no reason. They will come down on you. If you don't believe me, look at Success Congo. Look at Nambere and many other people who have gone down that path. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's forget about the spoilers. I want to mention one boy. I know this guy, J. Carl, who also is among these people. But J. Carl, I think he's clean. He's just wrong. He's a nice guy. He's a clean guy. I have never seen him corrupt himself in any way. From information I've had from La Republique people who have tried to deceive him, he has never fallen short of his glory, but he's just wrong. So J. Carl have said that why ADF do not go and why are ADF showing their power only in Bamenda? I want to remind J. Carl, my patriot and my brother, remember that you people drove many ADF fighters in the Atlantic states saying that ADF is a Bamenda man thing. Even though the Ambazonia Governing Council, our top officials with top clearance, majority of them are coming from the sub-Atlantic states. We have more top officials from the Atlantic state than the Savannah state. So if you drive the Bamenda people from Atlantic state, why would you be expecting them to come and fight there? You are there, fight there. But nevertheless, we are there, we are fighting, we are doing a great job in Manu, in Meme, and in many other places, even in Fako. And we'll continue to fight across Ambazonia. But Bamenda and the Savannah state is the capital of our resistance, and we will fight wherever we choose to fight. So long as it is Ambazonia, we will fight strategically. We will not just be spreading ourselves thin, but we will fight where we are most effective, and we'll continue to carry the fight to Buea. That is our capital. So, ladies and gentlemen, despite the attack against this liberation lockdown for 4 days by La Republique du Cameroon and spoilers and internal competitors and internal enemies, the Ambazonia governing, our defense department, the ADF, have been enforcing this lockdown. I want to take you to some images across Ambazonia for you to see what have been going on. These are images, not this one, the first image. Let me show you the first images of our soldiers. This one is in the morning, very early in the morning. These are images of our soldiers patrolling the streets of Ambazonia, mainly the outskirts of Ambazonia, and they stopped some vehicles there, and they stopped the vehicles there, and we are very, very upset to see any vehicle that disobey the ghost town. This was in the morning period, vehicles coming in from Biafra, from Manfe area, into our highway, the Trans-Saharan Highway. And some people have called and said that we could tell our soldiers to go on the street and shoot guns in the air so that people will stay at home. That is not our modus operandi. We don't terrorize our own people to obey lockdown. We want to be able to communicate with them so that they will listen to us and do the right thing. Unfortunately, that cannot happen because there are so many internal enemies that flood them with fake news, Cameroon propaganda, to make sure that our people do not listen to us. It will be counterproductive for us to use terror tactics like Sako and Anu used to do, pay few people to shoot guns here and there. If our people stay at home out of fear, it defeats the whole purpose of the lockdown. We want them to stay at home because they believe that we represent their interests and we are guiding them to the right path. But we also believe in enforcement. That means those who disobey the law of the land, the rules we put forth as an organization properly constituted for national interests, those who violate these laws will be punished. Even after everything is said and done, even after this day, if you violate this lockdown, you will pay a price. So I want to play another video. I'll put the volume out so that you can see the enforcement of this lockdown today, and we'll continue tomorrow. We need the volume. So our technical staff.
AKA big number. Yes. And then this way, the next agree respect goes down. Big number life. Big number life. Yes, Gazelle boy. The number respect goes down. The whole Supreme General. General FM, AKA big number. We put knock down. Now disobey. Now the craze. Now the craze. Now the craze. The whole General FM, AKA big number. We put knock down. Now disobey. Now the craze. No, all of that people there. All of that people there.
So do one a morning time. So roadway enter for Santa Bamenda.
All of that people there. Yes. Now me bring on my picking. So trigger. Yes. Now me trigger. Bring on my picking.
Big number life. Now you put those down. That's all okay here.
That's it.
So I want me gonna watch this video very well. So that make all wanna know for ground zero.
And I'm all
the blood our forces have spilled with the mandate we have for independence, properly constituted as an organization represent our national interests. If you compromise this lockdown, you disobey this ghost town, we will make sure you are punished. If you drive your vehicles, any Ambazonia Defense Forces that will meet that vehicle will burn it down. The time for play is not finished. Anything where it smell like Republic in Ambazonia will be taken down. Everything that even smell like Republic. So these people then release them for morning time. Even though we don't talk for driver, they don't enter Bamenda for morning time. They want struggle for enter Bamenda. The motor be burned. Total of 8 vehicles then they don't be destroyed. So if you drive your taxi for inside Bamenda, you compromise national security. You go against the common good where this lockdown is supposed to protect us. We will not allow you to do that and will not allow you to go free. So now watch out. Law na
Yes, I know
law.
how to say go stand. I know how to say go stand. I know how to say go stand. Yes, oh, General Efang, aka big number. Go put knock down. I know how to say go stand. Come on.
A total of 8 vehicles that have been destroyed as a violation of this lockdown order.
Hey, madam, moto.
We have 4 days lockdown across Ambazonia National Territory. Anybody where go move a motor, a
Big
vehicle,
number. And then
or a
that.
bike
And then,
during this lockdown, that place and that property will be destroyed. So maybe we know that one very, very well. And it will go straight with all our laws. We will get zero tolerance. We go make sure any man where it violate, even when I did now 1,000, even when I did now 1,000, for the blood of General Mba and all those who have saw and bought this land with their blood for your sake, for the common good, we will make sure you'll be punished appropriately. We're not try. So we have come to the end of this presentation. We have 3 more days for this lockdown. Operation Sunrise have been sabotaged and blackmailed by La République du Cameroon. We have seen how they militarized Bamenda. This is the picture of how they militarized Bamenda. And they used their military to help Sako enforce his lockdown. As a matter of fact, the Cameroon military was telling people to go back home during the 3-day lockdown that was declared by Sako. Somebody who have no force that have paid allegiance to him in Bamenda. The lockdown did not take place in Boya, no place even in his own village. The Cameroon militarized Bamenda to use it and ask people to go home during the time when Sako declared lockdown. And the time when the ADF has declared lockdown, they go to attack us and occupied all areas where we were supposed to stage our major operation. This one is to show you that the Cameroon government is supporting Sako and all those who are with him, and they are fighting us because they know we bear the hope of the people, but we will not fail. We will not fail. God bless you.
Stay tuned on ACN TV. We will be right back.